Hi everyone, and welcome to a 20-minute ab workout. This session is beginner friendly, but it's also great for those of us who are doing the January challenge. Hello, welcome to day 2 if you are doing this as part of the schedule. This is going to be a great way to introduce core work, building up that strength, which will then take us through for the rest of the month. So whenever you're ready, meet me in the middle of your mat and we will get started. So coming into a seated position, legs are crossed, placing your hands down on your knees, shoulders are away from your ears, lengthening out through the crown of your head, finding that perfect posture to start with. Making sure your ribs are drawn down toward your hips, you're not flaring through your rib cage or dumping into your back, sitting up really nice and tall. I just want you to take your hands to start with and place them on your rib cage and then slowly close down your eyes. I want you to start by taking an inhale through the nose, breathing into the side of the ribs. And then exhale, feel the ribs contracting back in. Again, inhale, flaring through the ribs. And then exhale, feeling the ribs contracting back in. We're going to do a few more deep breaths like this, but this time we're going to connect into our core. So again, you're going to inhale, breathe into the side of the ribs. And then exhale as you draw your ribs down. I want you to start to draw your belly button back towards your spine. Inhale, breathing into the side of the ribs. And then exhale, drawing the ribs down, pulling your belly button back towards your spine. Good work. Last one like this. Inhale. And then exhale, draw that belly button back towards your spine, feeling that core connection switching on. And then when you're ready, slowly start to open your eyes. We're going to flip on round and we're going to come onto our backs. We'll start by stretching everything out long, so stretching your hands away from you. Legs are away from your center. Taking a few deep breaths here. Again, inhaling through the nose, feeling the rib cage expand. And then exhale, feel the rib cage draw back in as you draw your belly button towards your spine. Perfect. From here, you're going to draw your hands down into the mat. Bringing your knees in, I want you to imprint your lower back into the mat. So you're going to tuck your tailbone under, imprinting your lower back into the mat. And then you're going to float one leg at a time into tabletop. From here, you're going to tap one toe down to the mat and then lift it back up. Inhale to tap. Exhale, pull back in. Really slow movement here. Starting to switch on that core. The movement is coming from your hip. So you're not just tapping the toes down to the mat like this. It's like your hip is like a lever. So you're tapping the toes down and then exhale to come back up. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling your core switching on, keeping that lower back into the mat. If you want a challenge, try and tap that toe a little bit further away from you. The further away you go, the more challenging it is. Just make sure to exhale that knee back in, connecting to our center. Okay, just 2 more. Last one, and place the feet down. So your feet are down into the mat, hands are coming behind your head. I want you to try and touch your elbows down to the floor where you can without flaring through your rib cage. So I don't want you to have a complete flat back here. So you don't need to put your lower back into the mat. Just coming into that neutral position, hands behind your head. Like I say, try and touch the floor where you can with your elbows, but not compromising your form. From here, you're going to take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're going to curl yourself up into your abdominal curl. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower down. Now I want you to imagine that I'm there with you and I'm placing my fingers into the bottom of your rib cage, and that is where you're going to curl up into. Lower down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower down. Hips are really nice and still, so we're not rocking from side to side. Not pulling on your neck, so your head is really heavy in your hands. And keeping those elbows nice and wide. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower down. Just 4 more here. Warming up through those abs for 3, 2, last 1, and release it down. From here, we're going to tap our right hand to our right ankle and then come back to center. Then we do the same on the other side, so left hand to left ankle, back to center. So you lower down in between, alternating sides. Switching on those obliques here. Try not to hit anything like I am. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower down. So you're just tapping your ankle and then coming back. Other ankle. Tap down. Keeping your head heavy in your opposite hand. Not pulling on your neck. Just 4 more. For 3, 2, last 1, and release it down. Just drop your head down, tilt your head from side to side, releasing any tension in the neck. And then hands come back behind your head, elbows nice and wide. This time you're going to bring your right hand over your left thigh as you lift, and then lower down. Opposite side, left hand over your right thigh and lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower down. So working into the obliques here. They're not something that we work very often, but they're one that are so needed for everyday life. So you think when you are picking something up, so you've been shopping and you've got shopping on the floor and you need to lift them up and they may be at the side of you, it is those muscles that we're strengthening now. So you exhale to lift, inhale, lower down. Just 3 more. For 2, last 1, and lower it down. Hands are staying behind your head. You're going to imprint your lower back into the mat, float your legs back into tabletop. From here, we're going to exhale, curl up, inhale, lower down. So we're doing that abdominal curl again, but just with our legs in tabletop. Making sure that your knees are over your hips and legs are at a 90-degree angle. That lower back is staying into the mat the whole time. And if this is too much, you can just place your feet down and stay with that abdominal curl, whichever option you need right now. Exhale to lift, inhale, lower down. Just 4 more. For 3, 2, on this last one, hold it lifted. From here, we're going to extend the right leg away, bring it back in. Left leg extends, bring it back in. So here is an option to stay lifted, or if this is too much, you can rest your head down and drop your hands down by your side. Whichever option is best for you. Keeping that lower back into the mat. Alternating legs. Finding that length all the way through your legs, so from your hip all the way down to your toes. And it doesn't matter if your legs are up towards the ceiling when you do this. The lower down you go, the more challenging it is. But depending where you are, if your legs are up towards the ceiling, that is absolutely fine. The more you do this, the more strength you will build, the lower down you can get your legs. Just 3 more. For 2. Last one, hold those legs in tabletop. Again, no matter where you are, squeezing your heels together. If you are up like I am, with your head up in an abdominal curl, you're going to tap those toes down And then as you come in, you're going to bring your elbows to touch. So you tap down and lift. Or if you are down, you are just giving me double toe taps. Or if you like, you can just stay in your abdominal curl with the double toe taps, whichever option. There's 3 options there for you. So your head is down, you're just giving me toe taps, but making sure you're squeezing those heels. You can have your head in your hands, give me toe taps. Or option 3 is curling up as you bring your knees in, extend as you lower. Wherever you are, just 4 more. For 3, try not to hold the breath. For 2, last 1, and hug those knees in, rock from side to side, good work. From here, extending your legs away from you again, but this time you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee, hands come behind your head. From here, you're going to curl up into an abdominal curl, but you're going to bring your left elbow to meet your right knee, lower down. Exhale to lift, inhale, lower. I want you to try look to your back elbow where you can. So we're working into the lower abdominals here, but also those obliques. Exhale to lift, inhale, lower down. Just 5 more here, nice and quick this one. For 3, 2, on this last one, just hold it lifted. Give me tiny pulses up and up. So bringing that elbow to the knee. Just for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it down. Going straight onto the other side. So crossing your left ankle over your right. Hands stay behind your head. This time you're going to bring your right elbow to your left knee. Lower it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower down. You're doing really well, guys. Keep it going. Squeeze as you lift and lower. For 5, 4, try look to that back elbow. For 3, 2, on this last one, hold it lifted. Just give me those pulses up, so bringing your elbow to your knee. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it there, hold. You're going to float that right leg off the mat. We're going to go into bicycles. So you're going to switch and switch. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hug those knees in. Rest your head, rock from side to side. Amazing work, everyone. One last little series and then we will stretch. Okay, from here, you're just going to rock and roll your spine up to a seated position. You're going to flip on over onto all fours. Hands are placed underneath your shoulders. 2 options here for you. So if you are not ready for a full plank, you're going to stay on your knees. You're going to shift your weight forward, tucking your tailbone under, coming into your modified plank. If you have sore wrists, you can come down all the way onto your forearms, or you stay lifted. This is option 1. Option 2 is you come into your full high plank. Or option 3 is you come into a low plank. The low plank is always the hardest one. So 3 options here. You can stay in your modified plank, you can come into your full plank, or you come down into your low plank, whichever option is best for you. Wherever you are, just hold that option. Just breathe through it, building that strength. Again, wherever you are, hold it there. If you are in your low plank, or your modified plank, should I say, you're going to give me shoulder taps. So holding that core nice and strong, just tapping your hand to your opposite shoulder. Or if you're in your full plank or low plank, you're going to give me rocks forward and back. Focusing on that breath. You can do it. Just slowly rocking over those wrists and then pushing out through your heels. Again, if you are down on your forearms, same thing. You're just rocking backwards and forwards, keeping those hips where they are. You can do it from wherever you are. Hold it there. We just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself down. Hands come underneath your shoulders, pushing yourself up into a cobra. And taking a few deep breaths. Well done, everyone. Planks are never easy. Lower yourself down. And then push yourself back up. Stretching out through your centre. And then sending your hips back. Just releasing that lower back. We have one last thing to do in a plank series. And then you are done. So we're going to go into side planks now. So shifting your weight forward. Again, different options for you depending on where you are. You can come down onto your forearm. Your knees can be bent. And then you're lifting yourself up into a side plank here. Option 1. Option 2, hand comes down. You're coming into your side plank on your knees. Or option 3, send those heels out and you are pushing up into your side plank. Wherever you are, whichever way feels most comfortable, just come into that position. Hand is coming up. You're going to twist yourself down and lift. You twist and lift. Again, if you are down on your forearm, so if you're in option 1, same thing. You twist under and lift. Twist and lift. Same with option 2. Everything stays the same. Keeping those hips forward. Or if you're in your full option, you keep it going. Last one here. Hold. You're going to flip over onto your plank wherever you are. And then you're going to flip on over onto the other side. So I'm just going to flip myself around so you can see, but you can just flip yourself around to the other side, or you can move so you can see the screen. This is your last thing. Give it all your energy. Opposite side, you're lifting yourself up either onto your forearm, onto your palm, or you're pushing out into that full side plank. Hand comes over your shoulder. You're going to twist and lift, twist and lift. If you are in your full plank and you want to have your feet staggered for a little bit more stability, you can. Getting really strong into those abs now. Just 4 more. For 3, 2, last 1. Hold, flip on over into your full plank, then drop the knees and push yourself back into a child's pose. Well done. Planks are such a good exercise for building that true strength in your core. So we're not just building the muscle, you're really building that strength deep into the centre of the core. Taking a few deep breaths, so inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Bringing your hands over to the right. Sitting your left sit bone down into the mat, stretching out through the side of the body. And then switching sides. And then coming back to centre. Slowly walking your hands up towards your feet. I want you to interlink your hands behind your back. You're going to stretch out. My hair caught. Stretching yourself out. So opening up through the chest. Stretching through the centre. You can look to the ceiling if that feels good. And then release. Coming into the middle of your mat. In a seated position. We will finish class with one last deep breath. So finding that posture shoulders away from your ears, ribs down towards your hips, lengthening through the crown of your head. We'll finish by taking an inhale, lifting the hands up overhead, and exhale, hands come together as you draw your hands down through heart center. And you are all done. Amazing work, everyone. I really hope you feel nice and strong through your center. Your abs feel really nice and strong. If you're not already, make sure that you're subscribed so that we can work out together again. And if you are doing this as part of the January challenge, I will see you on the mat again tomorrow.